Well, hello everyone. Welcome to chapter 224 of The Last Thoughts of a Busy Mind. The last chapter to be recorded in the Memoirs of the War series. Yeah, it's Memoirs of the War part 10. Now, a few things. First of all, let me tell you my drink. We can get that out of the way. It is syrup. Now, long-term viewers do remember I used to have this sour cherry or orange or mojito or blue curacao syrups that I would mix with water. Now, I didn't buy this, but I was given this, and so I'm gonna drink this. It's sour cherry. Tastes good. Real good. So yeah. First of all, good news, the internet is back, which is why this is the last episode. Now you might be thinking, well, if the internet is back, why am I still recording this in advance? Now there are a couple of reasons. Most of them have to do with my OCD rather than actual reasons. One of the first one being that even though the internet is back, and none of the free VPNs or none of the VPNs that I used to have work very well. So I'm still using my very expensive VPN that I'm not feeling comfortable yet tapping into in order to upload these. But next week I'm gonna bite the bullet. Another reason is that it's May 30th. One day to the end of May. And wow, I mean, you tell me I can start doing this in June, start of June, and it's gonna be 10 episodes, like a good round number, and there's gonna be one episode left that I can do at the end of when all of these pre-recorded ones are done. It was too much, it was too much for my OCD riddled brain not to take advantage of. So yeah, I took advantage of it, and this is the last episode I'm going to pre-record. The internet is back. It is, again, I've taken advantage of it. I've taken advantage of the fact that now I can download things. I downloaded a bunch of shows that I had watched in various ways throughout the war and internet blackout, and I just, for my own archive, I started New Girl. No other reason other than Max Greenfield was in the second season of A Man on the Inside, and it makes no sense, right? It makes no sense. I watched A Man on the Inside, and Max Greenfield was there, and Max Greenfield is most famous as Schmidt in New Girl, so I had never seen New Girl, so I started watching New Girl, and it's fine. A Man on the Inside is actually pretty good. So yeah, I was watching a bunch of shows and movies, not movies, actually. I haven't watched any new movies, which I should. The reason I haven't is that I have been busy packing some stuff. As I told you in the last episode, there was some movers who came and took a bunch of our cabinets there in order to install them in the new homes. But we are going to be in the old home for a month or so. And this week I just spent most of it cleaning stuff, packing some more stuff that we brought out, and I have to get this room to a place where I can live for a month and do some crafting projects and other projects, because there's this thing. Throughout the war and my trip to Tabriz, and even the first 2 weeks after we returned, everything had slowed down. There was an uncertainty, and with uncertainty, which is still there, don't get me wrong, it is still there, but with the uncertainty, there was a kind of a slowing of the heartbeat, the heartbeat of the life. It kind of slowed down. Everything slowed down. Everything kind of mellowed out, because everybody was in the same boat. But slowly things are starting to go back up. Now, when I was in Tabriz, I was kind of, going mad over the fact that everything was so slow. But once I'm in Tehran, I think I'm used to that, because now I'm going mad that everything is so fast. Lots of things are happening. I have to get my uni stuff ready and deal with the whole situation there, which is not easy. It's actually going to be very hard. Then I'm going to have to think about all of the works that I haven't done, my 2 video games that I'm involved with, the book that I have to ask my friend whether or not that is coming, because we talked about it before the war, and I don't know what will happen. My own movie that still isn't like it's gone through 2 wars. Okay, since I've filmed that, since I've said wrap up on the last day, we've had a president who has died in a helicopter crash. We've had an election because of that. We've had 2 wars. We've had the internet shutdown, and the subsequent massacre. And lots of stuff has happened, and the movie still isn't done yet. So I need to get that in order as well. So, yeah, there is that. Now, everything is getting a little bit too much, but this week there were also some good stuff. I went out and saw my cousin and some more friends, and had a little bit of a belated birthday again. And my cousins gave me a gift, which is a set of Nightmare Before Christmas figurines that I fucking love. I fucking love Nightmare Before Christmas, and these are really cute. I love them. It's enough that in the new place where I'm going, I'm going to be putting a display for all of my Nightmare Before Christmas specific stuff, which is a figurine that I have, a mug that I was given again this year for my birthday, a day before the war. So yeah, I was given that. It's a Jack Skellington mug. I have a figurine. I have a tiny, what do you call it? What do you call that? It's a, I just remember, it's a mixture of flour and water they put on top of the cake. I genuinely forgotten that. Okay, I can't. I have to search it. I'm so sorry. This is incredibly. This is incredibly stupid, but it's gonna drive me mad. I have to ask, what do you make cake decorations from? I'm so sorry. This is fondant. Fondant. Yes. Fondant. Yes. I have one of those that looks like Jack Skellington. I have the figurines that I gotten now. And yeah, there is a lot of stuff. I love it. I'm going to put them all next together. It's going to be a tiny display. Pretty fun. So yeah. And I did a D&D session. Now, I have done online D&D sessions. I have never done one in person. And the D&D sessions that I had done, they were mostly either one-shots that didn't get to the end, or just campaigns that after 2 weeks, people said, oh, we're not coming, and it just fell apart. This one was a one-shot that we did go to the end. I had a character. My character was called Vlad the Disgraced. It was a paladin oathbreaker. And it was fun. I really enjoyed it. It makes me want to do more RPG stuff, TTRPG stuff. And I don't know when or how I can do that, but I really want to do more. I really need to do more. So yeah, that is like the whole general idea. It's everything right now is in that state, you know. What is going to happen next? Nobody really knows. There is a deal on the horizon. And by the time you're listening to this, it might have happened, it might not have happened. We might be back in war, and you may hear this like a year from now, or if I'm dead, never. Nobody knows. That is slowly driving me crazy. I'm not gonna lie. I don't love it. I actually fucking hate it. But there's nothing I can do about it either, you know? I didn't put us in this situation, and I for sure can't get us out of it either. So, yeah. that sucks. That really sucks. But so there is that uncertainty, but at the same time there are things that need to be done. I have to get my university stuff handled and then see what I can do for applications. I am getting a bit too old and getting a bit afraid of that. But I genuinely don't believe I can live anyone with these situations. I think I'm gonna go mad if another time. Okay, there are nights when there is a garbage truck outside, picking up those metal garbage cans and dumping them in. And every time that happens, I genuinely go online and check if the war has started again. And it is slowly killing me. And I know it's delusional to think that someone with my lackluster resume and lackluster skills, who doesn't have any marketable skills, is someone that anyone outside of Iran might take an interest to. But it's a delusion that I'm willing to keep for a while and see if I can get something from it. Because the other side of it, when I admit that this is a delusion, I'm afraid of what will happen. Because I know what I'm currently going through is not good. I don't like it. I don't know what will happen. Nobody does. Nobody will ever know what will happen. It sucks. It sucks being an Iranian. I mean, it always has sucked. Like, don't get me wrong. We haven't had the best last couple of centuries. Or more. But it sucks specifically now. We are in that moment in history that later is going to be super important. We'll have a whole chapter on it. But living through it is kind of hard, you know? It's really hard. We have to deal with our own brand of tyranny and then other people's brand of tyranny that they thrusted upon us because they were racist or sexist, or they were a white male and knew that if they don't do anything it wouldn't hurt them. But yeah, so this is the last one that is pre-recorded, and then next week, doing it on Friday, I'm not, because I recorded these on Saturdays, it doesn't mean it's going to go up on Saturdays, no. It's going to be on Fridays, as they always have been, starting this coming Friday, in June, probably June 5th, I think. Let me check. Yeah, June 5th. I didn't know if May had 31 days or not. I was right. Haha. So on June 5th, you will get chapter 215, I think. I have to check that as well. Sorry. Lots of checking. Yes, chapter 215. And then every week from that, the chapters will go on unless the internet gets shut off again. We go into war again. I die. Lots of other reasons. I can automate them. I don't know if I will. I have to ask people. I probably will forget to ask people. But yeah, I can automate it. I probably won't because I don't like to, but I have to ask counsel with my friends and all of that. I miss my friends a lot, like genuinely. This week I couldn't meet them very much, and this coming week I hope I can. Everything is in a bit of a bind. I don't know what will happen. There are some things I need to do. But the internet is back. Yay. I haven't opened YouTube yet. That's a big one. When I open YouTube, then things are getting a little bit back to normal. Like a little bit. Not too much, but enough to be noticeable. I hate how things are, man. I do. I hate that I have to live on the whims of like people who don't even see me as human. Sometimes I wonder how much my delusions can go on. The fact that I'm recording this in and of itself is a delusion. Because I'm talking to an imaginary audience that, to be honest, in normal times, this podcast doesn't draw in any numbers, doesn't bring in any numbers. And with a 3-month break, I think the algorithm will find it dead. And yeah, it's even worse when I started talking about videos. I haven't even started talking to you about videos. The fact that I wanted to make a Dracula video this year, and I don't think that's gonna happen. I wish it could have, you know. I really wish it could have. It I might still make that video. Who knows? Who knows? Nothing is certain. But yeah, let's see what will happen. I'm gonna take the last 2.5 minutes and talk to you about an idea I had. I had it while I was watching Hezar Dastan with my grandmother, and I have the perfect opportunity for it too, because I have a bunch of old paper that we took from my grandfather's old notebooks, and I want a fountain pen. I have a fountain pen that I can write it with. The idea is called this. It's called the collection of letters from Mirza Yaqub Khan Ezdiad al-Saltaneh, the foreign minister of Muhammad Ali Shah Sheikh Intizam, Chaharumin Shah Negarabad wa Home. A lot of that was in Persian, but okay, it's a fictional king in a fictional land in Iran, and he has a foreign minister, and he's like writing letters to him. And there are a bunch of old papers that I have. I wanted to get them bound and use it as like a notebook, but I thought that I can write this on them. It's gonna be handwritten with a fountain pen, look like all cool and old and shit. And I do even have an old stamp, like an old metal stamp that has the name Yaqub on it, which is why I called the character Yaqub Khan. And which is, by the way, the Latinized version of it is Jacob or Yaqub. I think Yaqub is also something Westerners understand. I don't know. But yeah, so that is there. And it's about a fictional land and all of that, and I thought it would be fun to write them and then have the book one in a kind unique book. I don't know, sounded cool when I was thinking about it. By the time you're listening to this, I might have done it, but if I know myself and I know my procrastination and I know how unmotivated I feel as I'm recording these words, I probably will not have done it. But there is a chance that by the time you're listening to this, I might have even started it. Ooh, that would be intriguing, right? Well, I'll see you next week, but for me, it's gonna be 10 weeks from now. See you all.